Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, respected judges, honorable teachers, and fellow competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. So, long before modern buildings rose, and before our city had a name known to many, there was tradition. Some hands worked patiently, knowledge passed through generations, and values were preserved through time. In my city, our icon is not a monument, it is a tradition. Tapai gambut. So, tapai gambut is more than just a food. It is a cultural heritage, born from ancestral wisdom, shaped by the lands, and kept alive by the people who refused to let the tradition fade. Hi everyone, my name is Isabella Cheris Al Khumaira Octavine from CITRA Madinatu ILMI, Junior High School, Banjarbaru. And today, I will be presenting the story behind my city's icon, Tapai Gambut. A story of culture, identity, and pride, wrapped in something simple yet deeply meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen, let us return to where it all began. I was born in a small town called Gambut, located in South Kalimantan, Indonesia. Gambut may not be as famous as big cities, but it has warm community, rich tradition, and a strong connection to the nature. Most people in Gambut live near to rivers or peatlands, and our daily life is shaped by simplicity and togetherness. Ladies and gentlemen, when people talk about city's icon, they often think tall buildings or historical monuments. But in my city, Gambut, it is something you can taste. One of the most iconic food in Gambut is tapai gambut. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what is tapai gambut? So, tapai gambut is a traditional fermented ketan and cassava. At first glance, it looks simple, but behind its sweet taste lies a long story of cultural and heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, tapai is made through a careful fermentation process that requires patience, skills, and experience passed down generation to generation. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want to tell you a list of ingredients for tapai singkong. First of all, we have fresh singkong or cassava. And then we have fragi tapai. And don't forget about the water. And also we have banana leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want to tell you a list of ingredients for tapai ketan. First of all, we have glutinous rice, and then ragi tapai, also water, and of course, banana leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all you need, no sugar added. The cassava turns naturally sweet during fermentation. For the people of Gambut, tapai gambut is more than just a food. It represents togetherness. Tapai gambut often served during family gathering, special occasion, and celebration. Making tapai is usually done together by showing cooperation and trust among the community members. Tapai gambut also symbolizes our city's identity. Even people from other cities recognize Gambut because of this food. And when they hear tapai gambut, they remember our town. So, ladies and gentlemen, while my city may not have a giant statue or a world-famous building, we have something just as meaningful. Our icon tapai gambut, a food with a deep story reflecting the heart and the warmth of my community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is more than just fermented ketan and cassava. It is patience, it is heritage, It is the taste of home and the story of our people. By understanding and honoring Tapai Gamut, we are not simply protecting a tradition, but we are keeping a city soul alive. I'm Isabella Cheris Al Khumaira Octavine, and thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.